Friendly reminder to rate, like, subscribe, and follow Teach Me Good wherever you listen to podcasts. Pretty please. It helps us out a lot. Okay. Now that you've done that, go check out our Patreon where we're trying to save up to talk to Tony Hawk via Cameo. Plus you get lots of perks like a mug. And exclusive episodes. Love you. Enjoy the episode.
Welcome to the Teach Me Good podcast with your host Art Kai. Soon you'll hear from him and his friend Fernando, and later they'll talk to a special guest who will teach them about something. Not everything will be accurate, but hey, we're all just trying our best out here. Yeehaw! Enjoy.
Fernando. You just woke up from a nap?
No, this is that. I went and saw this experimental sound group the other day, and it was just a 90-year-old man for an hour into a microphone going.
See, we both did it that time. I
Yeah,
just knew exactly.
It's really good. That's perfect. And it was just that, and then it was that echoing through the room, the theater, and then him periodically yelping like. Just a 90-year-old man, and people, like 300 people packed into this theater to see him, and I was like,
300?
It was a pretty big.
Wow.
And I was like, why are we?
Did you pay?
The person I went with did pay for me.
How much were the tickets?
They were $25.
Jeez,
and I was like,
people,
I was like, oh my! I was like, you. And then afterwards,
Oh my God.
afterwards, standing ovation.
Wow.
Yeah. This is not the. I mean, we should not be recording this, but this is an experience I had. I did also almost get into a fight with a 6-year-old man the same night. So
right.
I had a lot of.
You had a night.
I had a night filled with senior citizens that was very interesting.
Yeah. Anyway,
sorry everybody. Welcome to Teach Me Good. I am Fernando Ruiz with my co-host
what are we talking about today?
Today we're talking to a good friend of mine, someone that someone I actually grew up
really
with, named Ed Malone. He's going to be talking to us about clowning of
right.
all things.
Well, the fun fact is we both have never met this guy.
Neither one of us know him.
And he also is a recommendation from another guy who is a clown, who
refused to do the
podcast.
Yeah.
He famously, I've never met that guy really, but I've known him from his open mic comedy.
Mm-hmm.
And his open mic is literally him going on stage and ranting, like literally shouting into the camera and complaining, and it's very funny. I don't know what it is, but it's like he's so angry, and it's like it cracks me up.
I am interested in this just because I did want to be a clown growing up, and also I have been rewatching the FX series Baskets.
Yeah, pretty good show.
Yeah, pretty. I mean, it's honestly
sad.
Honestly, it's not as good as I want it to be.
Yeah, me too.
But it is a good show. But no, I did want to be a clown. Like I learned how to juggle. I learned how to do different clowning things.
You're always doing sleight of hand. You're always miming.
Yeah.
You're always like, oh, check this out, I'm drinking. You like do the. Like,
I pretend to eat food.
Yeah, all the time. Taking your hat off. You're tipping.
I pretend to eat food. I pretend to drink drinks. I pretend that I have a shelter.
Right. My favorite is like in the middle of the day, I would come by your little desk and you pretend you're in a box and you can't hear me, and you start knocking. You're like, I can't get out, and you like pretend like you're drowning. That's my favorite bit that you do. Anyway, the dude Mike that I know from the open mic thing, he is like a professional. Like he is a birthday clown. Like he wears a red nose.
That's so interesting.
He volunteers apparently tons of hours to Make-A-Wish foundations and goes around to hospitals and like entertains kids for free.
That's wild.
It's like so sweet. Yeah. But his comedy's crazy.
How much is that? How much does Make-A-Wish pay?
Probably not enough. They have to pay those celebrities, dude.
You're making wishes and you don't get paid?
Honestly, the celebrities probably just donate their time. I don't know the infrastructure. I don't know.
You're telling me John Cena, the person that does the most Make-A-Wish stuff, doesn't get paid at all? There's no way he's making his millions.
Yeah,
and
probably.
There's no way you're donating more time than every other celebrity and you're still a millionaire.
And there's probably like a way to like do a tax write-off, to be like, I'm donating so much of this time. I'm worth like $300 an hour, therefore I'm writing off this many hours of taxes.
Wow, John Cena.
We figured you out, John.
We figured you out, Jonathan.
Johnny.
Jerome.
He's in a way a clown, I would say.
I feel like, no. But
he's like, WWE's so clown-esque, don't you think?
I feel like I don't know enough about clowning to argue, but my first inclination is to say no. Yeah.
Why? Why?
I feel like we're getting to a point. It doesn't. I feel like you're just making something like you make such a broad statement, and then you could defend it no matter what.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe.
Anyways, we are talking about clowning today.
We are talking about clowning. Do you feel like a clown? Do you feel like you consider yourself a clown?
I've been called a clown.
But everyone calls everyone a clown.
Yeah, I've been called a clown. I mean, it is a go-to insult when people look at. They call me mark-ass bitch. They call me
pussy.
Sucker-ass hoe.
Beta cuck.
They call me beta cuck.
Yeah.
And then
last but Fern sometimes.
Last but not the least, they call me their son. But I've also been known to be called a clown. And
nice, dude. You just roasted yourself and your parents, dude.
Yeah.
Anyway, would you consider like being a comedian, clowning?
I would think certain types of comedy for sure. I think that there are particular types of comedy that could be considered clown-ish.
Clown-esque
but,
for sure.
I think New York comedy in particular I would not call.
Yeah, I feel LA is more clown-esque.
Yeah, I would say
LA guys.
Yeah, because they're much more expressive. When I imagine a clown, I imagine like an expressive performer.
Right.
And when I think of New York comics, I don't think of necessarily performances. I think of more writing.
Writing
Yeah.
intensive.
But this is not a comedy podcast. This is not what we're talking about.
But in a way
today.
it is, because clowning is, I think, inherently funny. So
Sure.
Yeah. In a way, it's like, how can you escape comedy?
Yeah. When's the last time you guys laughed at a clown? Please write in and tell us.
I've seen baskets many times. I laughed at that Louis C.K. and Tig Notaro sketch that they Louis apparently stole from Tig, where she hires the clown by her first. Oh, that's very funny.
This is a whole thing.
I don't know if I laughed at the clown though. I probably laughed at the sketch.
The sketch itself is funny.
Yeah, it's funny.
Hiring a clown to cheer up another clown is funny.
Right. It's funny. It's funny. And sad, and just like a brilliant. Again, this is not a comedy podcast. We keep.
Yeah. Also, Art loves talking about Louis C.K. on and off pod. It's insane.
He's a modern day clown, I would say.
Yeah.
No, sorry, he's a modern day philosopher.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, let's get into our episode with Ed Malone.
Well, before we get into it, I know just by his Instagram, he's not a birthday clown, which I think is interesting. He doesn't do red nose stuff. Yeah.
Huh?
He doesn't do red nose stuff, and he's very. I think he's more of like a contemporary. More like a weird guy clown, less like maybe like the iteration of like a mime, maybe is what I'm imagining, where he's very physically on stage, moving around, being a little doofus,
All right.
I also never met this guy, so I don't know if it's like cool.
Okay.
What?
It's fine. It's fine. I just feel like a lot of these episodes, Art sets me up to get excited for one thing, and he's like, actually, it's not that thing.
Yeah.
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 And so. Like I'm like, let's talk about this thing, Art, and he's like, yeah, you should know we are talking about this, but it's a kind of guy who takes like his own spin on it, where he doesn't really do it.
Well, that's the thing about anything. Everyone has their own spin of anything, right?
Yeah,
and you talk about a person who's like a straight edge like clown, quote unquote. It's like they're not, but they're not. They put a spin on it, No, not all birthday clowns are the same.
We're gonna talk to a party girl. She hates partying. What, dude? What, dude? She hates it.
Yeah. But she got paid to do it, so I guess in a way she's
honestly, that was a bad example. That is kind of interesting. Anyways, guys, we are talking to Ed Malone today about clowning.
The ghost guy.
Oh, I mean, yeah, that's another great example.
Yeah. So you're right.
Yeah,
I do sometimes throw a wrench into things.
Yeah.
But it's not about the topic, guys. It's about the connection we make as a podcast.
It's about the friends we make along the way.
I wouldn't say that. All right, let's get into this.
Ed Malone. We love you.
I said you make no sense at all.
All right, can you just read that?
Sure. Hi, my name is Ed Malone, and I'm going to teach Art and Fernando about clowning because they are miserable.
Okay. Wow.
That is true. I do feel a little miserable, I guess.
Thought we were two happy boys.
No, I'm not.
Great.
I'm happy.
We're on.
We're live.
Here we are, folks. Yes.
Ed, when I said we're recording, we are recording. I'm not lying.
We are recording for real.
I like that we did say we were recording and he was still caught off guard by the fact
Yeah,
that
it's great. Hey, for the viewers, I may have shot my load before we started because I gave them all the good info.
Yeah.
But I'm going to
He did do a full episode of the podcast before we started recording.
Yes. Yeah. So you are a professional clown.
I'm a professional clown, or as I controversially said on Instagram once, even though I was acting, I'm a professional retard. Which, by the way,
damn, dude,
straight in there with the R word,
Geez. Yeah.
I was acting like I'm acting now.
Okay.
Everything's
it's a character.
It's a
Okay,
character.
yeah, okay.
So I have a character that's like an alter ego of myself, who's also called Ed Malone, and I've got a web series called Ed Malone Freak Show, which is based on my clown class.
Okay.
There's 2 episodes up on YouTube right now. You can watch them anytime you want. So basically, in my class, I'm a bit of a fucking fascist. In how I teach clown.
I mean, you did come in and you tried to convince me and Art immediately to be vegans.
Right.
As
Yeah,
soon as
I'm
you
a
walked
vegan.
in.
I am a vegan fascist, unapologetically.
He said fascism, but the good kind, was to quote him directly. That's what he said.
Exactly. There is
Yeah.
a good kind of fascism. But the thing about clowning is like everything's off the table. Or is that the right expression? Or on the table?
Everything's
on or off
on the
the
table.
Everything's on the table.
Like you can do anything, right?
Yes.
That's on the table.
So like we always like, as we say in Europe, Ireland and England, we take the piss out of each other like
Are
constantly.
you from England?
Yeah.
I'm from Ireland. I was just like giving a nod to
Oh,
like
got it.
Anglophile listeners here.
Also, when you say clowning, you don't mean like like clown that you would find at like a children's party here?
Beautiful point, Fernando. Yeah, just to no, seriously, thank you for clarifying that. I am not at all a birthday party circus clown.
Yeah, because I don't know a lot of birthday party clowns that come and saying the R word immediately.
Yeah, that was
exactly.
That was
you know
crazy.
You know what was really cool about it? Thank you.
That was crazy. I'm like nervous
Yeah,
now.
so many hits.
We have
well,
listeners.
You can edit it out, right?
No,
if you
I'm not
want.
going to.
He's like, I'm in character, everybody. I do this at birthday parties
Yeah, it's
around
a
the
bit.
nation. And
What was I saying? No, this is true.
In your class.
So this lovely young woman who's just started coming to my class was like, "Oh, I read that you're anti-red nose," and I'm like, "Yeah, bitch, I'm fucking anti-red nose."
Wait, let's back up here. I don't know the details of the distinction between different kinds of clowns.
Okay, like a circus clown is a thing unto itself.
Okay.
Where okay, well let me like distinguish. I like to keep the word clown actually very broad and
Sure.
loose and not specific.
not gatekeep it, right?
Yeah.
As in there's so many people in the comedian world you would consider a clown, aka, or even actors like aka fucking Jim Carrey. Robin Williams was a fucking clown.
Yeah, I guess
you
so.
know, like
Yeah.
if you physically tell the story as well as telling the story with your blah 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 mouth, like you could be in the ballpark of being a clown. And the thing about being a clown is like you're not intelligent. You're an idiot. Hence my use of the R word.
Okay.
Like it's a beautiful thing to be the R word in the clown world. Like
Okay.
we don't want intellectual comics. I've actually assaulted, not physically, because who could I assault physically? Look at me, I'm an anorexic little bitch. If you could see me.
Yeah.
But like
you have a towering presence.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
you
I
do.
I have a
I was
towering
scared.
presence.
Yeah.
I emotionally assault clever comedians in my class who come in and act like talking heads and like, look at my joke, it's so clever. Like, look at my well-constructed joke. I get you in my class to be stupid. Stupid is funny.
So the
stupid
fundamental-
is universal.
I would like to take this class.
Yeah, we should
Please,
take it.
Wednesday night in William Bax's apartment. It's pay whatever you want at the moment.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's nice.
By the way, for a motherfucker like me, one of my former students is Chloe Feynman, who's on Saturday Night Live.
Oh,
And I'm offering
wow.
and now I've got a kid who just booked a Netflix job. I'm offering this class for
Yeah,
free
this
or
is-
pay whatever you
guys,
want.
this
Pay
is-
whatever you
This
want,
is fucking
baby.
communism
This is
at
a
its best.
deal. This is a deal.
We're gonna plug this at the end of the
Yeah,
episode.
yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that though, like
Yeah, coming here, plugging your projects, plugging your. No, I like it. I like
yeah,
it.
but like, and if anybody wants to plug me up the ass after the episode, 646-384-0009.
Okay,
I should say that I'm getting married in October, so you didn't hear that. Okay,
That was his entire social security number.
it was actually myself, but that's a great.
I love it. I love it. Let's back up here. Okay, so there are when you for you
Innocence.
the fundamental idea of a clown is stupidity.
Yes.
Just being as dumb as possible, and that's I think a lot of professional clowning comes from that, right?
That is
like,
correct.
How can you perform stupidity?
Yes.
Right, and I think that's why sort of like kids like it because it's like how dumb can you like have this performance? Like you have a birthday clown, right? That's a red nose. It's a typical red nose clown, right?
Exactly, but the slight distinction with what I do and I say slight, maybe it's a big one, and the birthday kind of kid stuff is that like you can do the same thing with innocence but with adult content. Like say for example a comedian comes to me with a dick joke and they've got a very bro-y heavy energy. I would often get them to do it like they're some really effeminate little girl from Los Angeles or something, just to see the contrast. Like, can you bring a lightness and an innocence to your heavy, bro-y dick joke that will make the audience dream? I'm all about making the audience dream. That's paraphrasing my guru, Philippe Gaulier, who I trained with in Paris.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah. How long?
Yes.
How long was
so,
training?
So I was there for a year. Actually, I was in the Jacques Leqoc school, which is like more technical, physical theater-y shit.
That's like the clown school.
That's like a famous one. But so just to give you the backstory. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but I'll just give you quickly the back. So Philippe trained with Leqoc as a student. Then he was a teacher in the Leqoc school. Then he decided, fuck this. I want to set up my own school, because Philippe thought the Leqoc stuff was too technical and too like mimey physical and all that. And he wanted just people to have fun and be a bit more anarchic, like crazy. So he set up his own school. He moved to England, and he trained a lot of people. Then he moved back to Paris. He trained Sacha Baron Cohen and Emma Thompson, a lot of well-known people. But the great genius about his classes, he just fucking gets you to be stupid, not in a technical way. Just gets you to have fun the way you have fun with your friends. And that's what I do in my class.
What was the class like? Like, do you have any like memories of?
I do have a great memory of like, because he was very insulting in a playful way. Because the whole approach is to like the teacher-student relationship is like Laurel and Hardy, what one's mean to the other. And it's a game. You can't take it personally. Like if you're bombing, I might say some nasty shit. And you're entitled to say some nasty shit back to me. Right. So then we discover how you're funny that way. So I was on stage one time.
Toxic. Yeah. I'm nervous to hear about this.
Yeah. Pro-toxic, baby.
I'm loving this, actually.
This is how you grow through abuse.
Okay.
So
I'm nervous.
I'm on stage and I'm dancing to the music. Like we use a lot of music in the class.
Sure.
He stops the music and he says, "Ed, you move like a dyslexic." And then he turns to all the women in the class. Exactly. He turns.
You know what I mean.
He turns to all the women in the class and he says, "Ladies, when you see Ed move like this, hands up if you want to fuck him." And of course, all the women had their hands down. But I was dating a Spanish girl at the time in the class. Loyalty, baby. She slowly raised her hand while all the other bitches were like, yeah, for sure. That's like a great memory of like being bad.
I'm like really trying to figure out if this is like really you or your clown persona. I'm like trying to figure out right
what's
now
the difference.
What's going on.
Yeah. But seriously, like there's something so refreshing about bombing and enjoy. That's another thing. I get you to enjoy bombing.
Okay.
Oh, well, I already do because that's all I do on stage.
Yeah,
so.
sure.
But like if you can like, as we say, like surf that, like surf the flop. Like
I like that.
The audience will fall in love with you.
Yeah.
Because in clown, there's a saying that we say in clown is like, you do your gag, the audience don't laugh. 10 seconds later, you're looking at them as if to say, why aren't you laughing? And boom, everybody explodes with laughter. Because it's like your fucking innocence and retardedness that makes them want to laugh. As opposed to the angry comic who's like, why didn't you laugh at me? Or the one who person who gets like kind of like closes off.
Yeah.
Like, when you don't do that. When you bomb, just accept it, man. We all bomb in life every day. I'm a fucking joke of a human being. Like, come on. Bombing is beautiful. Have fun with failure.
You say that becoming a comic made you more zen? Because it sounds like that's exactly what
Well, I am if we want to get into Ed Malone's personal life, I am actually a very spiritual person. Like I meditate like a bitch every morning for 2 hours.
I can tell by your get up. This is very new agey. This is a very meditation person.
I'm a new agey whore. Yeah. Totally.
I love this. I mean,
I did anal once with a guy 20 years ago. Now we get into details, but I'm actually getting married.
How did we get into that?
Was that part of the bit? Part of the clowning? Part of the
That was an Art Kai level transition where
makes no sense.
There was no foreplay for that. You just jumped into it. There was
totally. No. I mean, my point is, I'll do anything.
Sure.
If you pay me enough. Well, apparently you don't even have to pay me.
Did you want to be a clown? Did you want to be like a professional clown?
That's a great question. I mean, when I began, I was like a serious actor when I was 19, and then like I realized that I was so physically weird that I should embrace that. And like people recommended the Leqoc School in Ireland.
Yeah.
People in Ireland didn't know who the fuck Philippe was, but when I was in Leqoc, they said, I think you'd be more suitable to Philippe. So I met Philippe and I was like, I fell in love. The guy was a genius. He changed my fucking life.
So how long did you stay at the Leqoc School?
1 year and then 1 year with Philippe. Yeah.
Okay.
2 years in Paris. What a beautiful city, yo.
Yeah, never been. Yeah. I hear it's funny.
You gotta go.
Have you seen the show Baskets? I'm sure you get asked.
Yeah, well, I think it was elements of that were based on like when he's getting abused by the French guy in the beginning. Like,
yeah, because he studies classical clowning in France the same way that you're describing.
That's right. Yeah.
Is it like class? Like you're sitting at a desk and
no,
you're like
that's not. It's very there's no analysis. It's all just get up and play. Play.
Kind of like a lot of improv games.
You could say that exactly. Yeah.
Got it.
But it's what's remarkable about it is like, Philippe treats the improv as if you've got a fucking script. So like he's ruthlessly nasty with you. Like, why can't you be a fucking genius right now? You know?
Really?
Yeah, it's brilliant.
I would say I love that.
But that gives you balls of steel.
Yeah.
If you go through that, see the thing is like. This happens to all my another plug for my class. All my students who come to my class, even if they bomb in my class, they always text me the next day and say, "I just did a mic and I fucking killed."
I think what's great about it is because the reason he treats you like he wants you to be a master already is because he sees that you could. And
yes,
you see that in yourself eventually by the way he treats you.
Exactly. And
you either get stronger or you don't.
Exactly that. And I mean, like it makes the real world easier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, it's in a way like a weird reverse psychology thing. Yeah, right?
Yes.
Where it's just like they like you said, like I know you're brilliant, and I'm gonna like get that out of you.
Yeah.
Right.
By being.
Right.
It's also kind of like to bring up Naruto again. It's like the Rock Lee thing of wearing ankle weights.
Naruto. And it's anime.
It's this thing that we were talking.
What's his name?
It's Naruto. It's a TV show.
Oh, anime. I gotta look that shit up. I'm 41.
Don't look it up. It's not worth it.
Yeah,
it's not worth it. It was time.
It was a ridiculous tangent to a conversation me and Art had off mic.
Yeah.
And so
that's awesome.
It was unprofessional of me to bring.
The idea of wearing weights is like how he trained and he took it off. It's like tons of weight and now he's like super fast kind of thing.
It's fucking cool.
It's like this.
I'm gonna use that. What's the character's name again?
Rock Lee.
You can say Rock Lee.
Tomorrow night's class, I'm gonna say. Become that fucking character.
Right, be Rock Lee. Yeah. People may get it. How many people are in this class, by the way?
So I get like different numbers. Like I usually don't like more than 10 because I like to give intimate. I like a lot of personal treatment.
Right.
Yeah. I would love to take one of these classes.
Come tomorrow night. What are you doing?
What time is it?
7 o'clock.
I gotta go look at apartments tomorrow, but I will come at one in the future.
Is it like just show up anytime?
Get on my fucking email list.
I will. Yeah, after the podcast.
Okay. Is there like a curriculum?
No, that's gay. No offense. I don't mean that in a homophobic way.
He's like in a happy way. Happy way.
Happy gay.
Yeah, happy gay.
No, like curriculums are for I almost said for facts.
Okay.
Oh, I just did. No, I mean that with respect, obviously. Jesus. Excuse me for one moment.
Oh my God!
Sorry, I eat a lot of bananas, folks.
If you didn't hear that, he did just fart really hard.
I don't believe in curriculum. Seriously, I think as a performer, like you shouldn't fucking analyze anything. You just get up and do it and just fucking shit your pants, like I just did.
So why are you against like red-nosed clowns?
Because I think it's like childish.
Yeah, but what's wrong with being childish?
It's like, to me, you can't. All right, okay.
It's dumb, but not in a charming way.
Yeah, it's dumb and not in a charming way. It's also, in my opinion, a bit of a cop out.
Interesting.
Like you're hiding behind the nose. Take the nose off and be a man,
or
be a woman, or be a trans person.
You just said, what if that is that person? What if that's the person? What if that's like
that person
like
who just loves to wear a red nose? All
yeah,
the time?
just like that's like their performance. You know,
that's their thing.
That's who they
have
are.
To wear my red nose.
Yeah. What about
like they wear the red nose going to bed?
Yeah.
They wear the red nose jerking off.
Well, where does the performance end and where does it?
What if it's a blue nose? Like what if it's not a red one?
Oh God, Blue Man Group. Wow.
I'm just saying. I respect a birthday clown. You know, I respect.
Hey, people who have to make a buck, each to his own.
You think it's a capitalist cop out for them to just do this to perform?
Capitalism and clowning. Yeah, look at Big Apple Circus. There's a lot of wow, am I being mean to them? I worked with them once. They're very nice.
You can have opinions. Well, like Mike Kramer's, that's what he does, right?
But Mike Kramer doesn't need the fucking red nose. I get why he puts it on.
Yeah,
because he does it for birthday parties.
Sure.
But he's a fucking brilliant, like quote unquote adult-y comedian too.
So you think that if a birthday clown does their thing, get rid of the red nose, get rid of the just be yourself.
Respect the kids. It's less patronizing for the fucking kids.
I see.
The kids can dream more. They're like, oh my God, what's he gonna do?
Right.
Danger's good.
Interesting.
I don't know.
I feel like I want to defend the. This is what I do.
Defend the red nose. Defend it. Everyone. A lot of people come at me with the red nose.
People don't like the red nose.
Well, even Philippe. There's a quote from Philippe. Philippe uses the red nose in his class, but he says in the real world it's stupid.
Where does that come from? Where does the red nose come from?
Jesus, I should know the origins of my clown history, shouldn't I?
I mean, nah, who cares?
I don't know. Yeah, but we should Google it.
It's probably like
Rudolph. Did it come from Rudolph?
Maybe. I feel like it's one of those things where it's like, oh, you're embarrassed or like you're shy and you like have a red nose kind of thing. It's like
that's quite possible.
Like a character, like an expression that's like exaggerated.
Totally, that makes sense.
Right?
That makes sense.
Yeah, I would think it's just for the height and like exuberance stuff because it's everything like the smile and the eyes and everything is so big, so you got to make the nose.
Well, I'm glad Fernando mentioned the eyes because that's where everything begins.
Yeah,
the joke begins in the eyes.
Sure.
It's not about like. Just want to clarify something for our millions of viewers, like listeners. When we do like physical stuff in the class, it's not like, hey, technical physicality. It's more about your own individual physicality.
Yeah.
But always the joke begins in the eyes. Remember that. The joke begins in the eye. If your eyes are dead like Bill Gates, then nobody's going to laugh.
Okay.
You got to have a look in your eye like you just got laid 5 minutes ago.
Okay.
Like there's pleasure there. You know what I mean?
But see, I'm always in that world.
It's
and
a negative eye
my
slant.
eyes are always dead.
Negative eye
so
slant.
it's like
You're always in the Bill Gates dead eyes world.
Well, no, I'm always in the I just had sex 5 minutes ago.
Oh, right.
My
Oh,
eyes,
that's cool. Yeah,
was
your
always
eyes
in
are fun.
ecstasy.
You do have fun eyes.
Yeah.
That's nice to hear.
Yeah,
That's-
nice eyes.
I gotta be honest, that felt really nice.
Good eyes.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
You have beautiful. I've been looking at your eyes. You have beautiful
Yeah,
eyes.
I've got movie star eyes.
Well,
yo.
yeah,
really
he's
do.
professional clowns. In
Yeah.
sense. Yeah.
Professional
So have you
clown.
ever done a birthday party?
I did and I bombed.
Really? What was it? Do you remember your act?
I think I did it in Spain when I was dating that Spanish girl that I
Wow.
referenced. Yeah.
Is this
So
so
I'll-
popular? Do people still hire birthday clowns?
I
Yes.
believe that I still
Yeah,
get fucking
makes sense.
emails about them and I don't open them. Dude, the money
Really?
can be good actually.
Do you
Sure.
do clowns have like a set list? Like do other performers might have a set list for when they're performing?
Yeah,
do you
that's
have
a
like
good question.
a thing that you might run through, like a certain act?
That's a great question. I might have a loose parameter. I think most clowns work from the basis of loose, rough edges and then build the show from there, like
Okay.
improv around the thing.
Interesting.
Like if you want to see a
Okay.
great contemporary clown show, I mean, shout out to someone who doesn't need a shout out, but it's on Netflix. Like she's a genius. There's a show called Nate by a girl called Natalie Palamides, and it's like a 1 hour thing where they filmed her before COVID, and it's like
It's
the
like a
stuff-
special.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
special, but it's like, you know, I think fucking Amy Schumer or one of these big comedians produced it or whatever, but like fucking. It will give you an idea of what can be done with a clown approach
Okay.
these days in the contemporary sense, you know? And I mean, a lot of comedians these days, I feel like, are incorporating more physicality
Right.
into their
Yeah,
acts, 'cause
absolutely.
Who wants to watch some fucking asshole just stand there with a
Standing
mic?
Yeah.
Unless they're absolute genius, you know?
Yeah.
Which is...
So
like,
what about
like
your
Art Kai?
No,
Sure.
I'm just a guy.
Yeah.
I'm just a boy. What about your act? What do you do in your
Well,
act?
right now, I've fucking semi-retired and I'm back to being a regular-ass acting bitch for hire.
Okay.
Which I love, by the way. Like, you know...
Why did you retire?
Well, I mean, I don't want to make up shit out of my ass. I'm about this. I want the money. I just want to do TV and
You're
film,
You're
motherfucker.
capitalist.
I
You're a
am.
birthday clown, dude.
Yes, I just want to do film and TV now. Fuck
Right,
live
right,
performance.
But what was your act like?
Well, I have a one-man show called The Self-Obsessed Tragedy of Ed Malone that you can
Okay.
watch on YouTube from like 20 years ago. And I also did a one-man show called The Three Irish Widows versus the Rest of the
20
World.
years ago.
20
Well, that was 10 years ago, the second one. So, like,
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
like my act was very storytelling-y
Okay.
and like physical.
Okay.
And
A lot of moving around.
a lot of using the space.
Your props? You're a prop guy?
I hate it. I changed my
hate
mind, but I hated props.
Okay.
Okay.
But I also hated mime.
So do you just I would say
therefore-
do you just
Oh,
mime?
yeah, what is
you
it?
just mime
No.
juggling and stuff
I
like
mean,
that?
I made fun of mime.
Okay.
Made it fun.
I love making fun of
You're
mime.
not a fan of miming?
I think miming is also for fucking
Hacks.
Losers.
Yes. Thank you for using those words.
But I feel like mimes are cool, though. It looks cool, personally. Just
yeah,
the,
but
the
I
w-
feel
if you do
like
it well, it
it's
looks
a bit
really
alien. Is it alienating for normal people?
cool.
Do you think so?
If I see a mime,
explain why you think
I
it's
think a
alienating.
lot of the mime people can be pretentious cunts.
Oh, for sure.
You
Yeah.
know,
dude.
but sure, there are
But that's be-
exceptions.
just don't wear the beret. You're fine.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But like, we
But
want
to
to
do
know
like
what's. Yeah.
to do like a body thing, like
Yeah.
make it look like an actual
I know, it's
object.
talent.
The
It is
weight,
talent.
It's like
I think
really
I think
cool,
a good
in my opinion.
rope is
Yeah,
fun. You
it's
know?
like sleight
Yeah,
of hand
well-
almost.
rope.
Yeah.
It's like we're jerking off there. No, it's good. Yes.
I don't know how you guys jerk off, but that's not how I jerk.
Well,
I'm a
hands.
stationary.
Fernando-
I'm a no
Fernando-
hands.
It's
I'm a
like-
no hands jerk off guy.
that's awesome. What
Just
you
got to
do
get
is hump-
auditory and just lay and get hypnotized, and then you start. Yeah.
That's
Anyway.
absolutely outstanding. I
Yeah.
love that.
I'll show you some links.
Like,
because there's some good stuff
I
online.
thought you were going to show me later. All right.
Yeah, yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's a lot of just laying, so I don't know if I can show you. It's all in the head. It's all in the head. It's like a meditation. Anyway, yeah. So you're not a fan of?
No, I'm not a fan of fucking miming. But each to his own. Like, I mean,
Right.
maybe I'm just saying that because I'm a fucking shitty ass mime.
Yeah, I would like to see you mime so I can. I can
Can
Look, I'm on top of a wall looking right Jesus.
see. I feel
The
like
viewers can't see that.
I feel
Oh, no,
like-
are
Oh,
we
no, you're on
recording?
camera, dude.
Oh, we're doing a camera
recording,
thing.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
so it's gonna be like a lot. Oh, that's great. Cool.
gonna be on YouTube.
I just put that together right. Great.
Yeah. That's what we
My
do.
God, we're gonna go viral after my fucking thingamajig.
Yeah.
Because I'm about to. I guess I'll plug the show that I'm going to be filming.
Yeah, please do.
So I'm off to LA in about a week and a half to film an
Your secret
amazing.
thing.
I do like that we normally do plugs at the end of the episode, and you're peppering
no.
it throughout the episode. That's a great way to
Yeah.
do it.
An amazing sketch special starring the genius John Early and the genius Kate Berlant called
Yes.
Let Me Finish. It's going to be on Peacock, and I'm playing a psychopath who walks into a store with an AK-47.
I could not see that for you.
Really?
Yeah, you seem like a very straight man kind of person.
You seem like a straight man.
Well,
banker type.
In the vaudevillian sense. Yeah, a straight man.
thank you very much.
Yeah.
You seem like you need a suit and a briefcase.
Yes. Yeah. I could do that too, though. I could be as.
Yeah, I've seen pictures. I've seen
Maybe
your
when I
Instagram.
have a kid.
Okay.
My
You want
kid
kids?
will my kid be normal? Well, I'm getting married on October 30th.
Hey,
Round of
congrats.
applause from the audience.
The day before Halloween.
That is correct. My lover is really into my fiance / lover. Everything
Yeah.
is she's really into like, whatchamacallit, witches.
Okay.
Ooh,
Coven
me too.
stuff.
Me too.
Yeah, who's hard not to like.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to clowning. I don't want to.
No.
Your life is interesting though. I find it very fascinating.
Yeah, I mean, I've had an interesting life. You
Yeah.
know, I also just shout out, like, I mean, just the, well, it's not a shout out, it's more just giving you the information. Like, I teach in 2 colleges, Purchase College. And I have to say, teaching clown, this is an amazing acting program in Purchase, so shout out to them if they ever want to listen to this or watch this. They probably do, because they love
It's mainly Purchase students, so
Yeah.
it's perfect.
Like, teaching clown to 19-year-old fucking kids, man, that's what it's at.
Really?
They fucking love, my class is so popular there. And they've been, like,
Really?
bitching about the fact that I only
Wow.
teach 1 semester. They're like, we want more of him, we want...
Yeah.
I mean, I almost got fucking fired for calling myself a retard on Instagram, but
Sure.
I got away with it, but it's fine. So, yeah, so, like... Yeah, man.
What is the class? What is that class? Is it similar to the class that you teach right now? Is it similar to the clowning class?
Yeah, I mean, people have asked me this, like, are you more PC in, like, the academic fucking surroundings?
I'm just curious about the curriculum. Do you have like a more structure or not?
Well, no, it's the same thing. I mean,
Okay.
it's just madness.
Sure.
But I mean, like, within that madness, there can appear to be structure.
Right. That's
Like,
sort of like the modern clown, right? It's like madness, kind of chaos. right?
exactly, and
Yeah.
just finding the pieces.
The stupidity.
I mean, I do an exercise usually with new students where, I'll give you an example, where I will ask you to look at the audience as if you were saying, may I? As in, may I perform for you? Because a lot of cunts, including me, I've been guilty of this, walk on stage with this sense of entitlement as if the audience, like, wanted to
so
see
you-
you.
yeah,
And, like, if you don't have an interesting entrance, you've lost me already. My erection has died. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, everyone's
Like,
hard in the
Yeah,
eyes.
it's like whatever.
you know what I mean? You need to give me a boner with your entrance.
Yeah.
Like, think about that.
Interesting.
I mean, the more you think about, now that we're getting into, like, the technicalities, I think this should be helpful for all the comedians that are listening. Think about each moment. Don't just think about your punchline. I feel a lot of comics rush ahead to the punchline. Like, there's a joke in the setup. There's lots of jokes in the setup.
Yeah.
In the
There's
silence.
jokes in the silence, exactly.
Sure.
And,
Wow.
like, your introduction. Like, I show people how to be funny with the stupidest content.
I love it.
And the most boring content can
Yeah.
be hilarious. You know what I mean?
Was Car World your idea with William?
No, that's all William's genius. Like,
Okay.
yeah, William's a fucking genius.
We're talking about William Banks.
William
anyone who's
Banks.
listening.
Shout out to him. Like, you will know him. He's going to be a superstar.
He's gonna be
and his
big.
beautiful lover, Caroline Yost. Who's, do you know
Yeah.
Caroline?
I know of her. I never met
Simple
either.
Town.
Yeah,
Genius
yeah.
fucking
Ladies Who
comedy
Ranch.
troupe.
She's very
Ladies
funny.
Who Ranch,
She's
genius.
easily the funniest, I think.
She's actually a natural
hot take.
clown. She's
Yeah.
a clown who's
Yeah,
taken,
she's-
she's got a lot from
She's
clowning.
funny. If anyone here's a fan of Ladies Who Ranch, I feel like I should defend myself. She's funny in like a very character way. Like she's
Yeah.
very good at embracing a character very well. Anyway, we're
Not going to take any
technicalities.
credit, but she did take my class a lot. A lot.
Wow.
Just
So you
saying.
like teaching? You like enjoy
I
teaching?
fucking love helping people. That's my serious, like, sentimental, sensitive moment right now.
Yeah.
Right. I met a few comedians who are like they're like top level comedians who just like aren't like Netflix, but they like work at all the clubs and make a living from comedy. And they've talked about like they feel lost, and then they started teaching. And they're like, oh, actually, this is my new sort of thing.
Yeah, man, it can happen, you know. I was going to say something really deep as you were saying that, but I totally...
shit.
No, it's fine.
I'm
No,
so
it's great.
sorry.
What was it? It will come back to me if,
Okay.
it was that
It
important.
was
if
yeah,
that
it was
deep,
good.
like,
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
yeah.
But anyway,
fucking-
so you retired. What made you want to retire?
No, like, just I'm very down the news of me. Well, here's the thing, like, you know, I used to do the raw, like, I used to host an amazing open mic at a venue called The Music Inn about, like,
That was you. I was trying to go to that.
shit. I feel like, did you ever walk
I never
in?
went. But I've always
Did you ever
wanted to
actually
go.
walk into the room? Because I feel like I know your face from maybe you walking.
I
into
may.
the-
Yeah, I probably did. Yeah.
And like it became this really popular thing because I would say anything shit, like, you know, I would.
It's in the Village, right? Music Inn. Yeah.
West Ford.
Yeah.
And I still love doing that because it was like anything goes, but it was like I was up until like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, fuck this. I'm like an old man who loves to go to bed early and get up early and meditate and all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
So like, if I'm gonna do live performance, you got to pay me big bucks. Like I've done off-Broadway theater, which pays, which is great as an actor and all blah blah blah. But I just my heart right now is in TV and film. That's where I want to go.
But you're teaching clowning. You get a little taste. You get a little taste of the clown.
Yeah. I mean, I'll always teach for as long as they want me to teach.
Right.
You know?
Right. Is there any form of clowning you do like? Like any form of formalized clowning?
Well, I mean, like, look, like the classic guys from back in the day, like Chaplin, Buster Keaton. I love them. You know what I mean? Laurel and Hardy, all those guys. Yeah. You know, those are classic fucking idiots.
But you won't go to like a circus.
Unlikely, unless I know someone there. Yeah. Like, I mean, Cirque du Soleil occasionally does good shit, but I know a lot of people there. And exclusive breaking news, if you haven't heard this, they're all fucking coke addicts. All the Cirque du Soleil people.
Like. I mean, a lot of performers.
I would say most people.
Yeah, most people. New York City, especially.
Me. I'm a clean ass motherfucker.
Yeah, so am I. I don't really do.
I don't even drink. I'm sober for fucking like how many years? 7 years.
Oh, congrats! Yeah. Hell yeah. Do you have a drinking problem?
Great. I have to put this quote. You're gonna love this.
Yeah, we will.
The guy who directed my first one-man show. We're getting smashed after a performance. And I use a very close friend. This is a Hollywood moment, yo. He just turned to me and like his mood shifted, and he looked at me and said, "Ed, are you an artist or an alcoholic? You're not good enough to be both." Ooh. Boom. Haven't had a drink since. I got sober the next day.
Cold
bitches.
turkey.
Wow.
Done.
Yeah, I did the AA thing for a little bit, but I found that to be a little bit too fascist. No offense, guys. So I
can't tell if you're pro or anti-fascist.
Well, he's pro good fascism.
You're being a real clown right now, Ed.
Yes. Keep them dreaming, guessing. Ambiguity.
So are you a Kaufman fan? You like Andy Kaufman?
I like Andy Kaufman because like people when I was young in Ireland were like, "Oh, you're like Andy Kaufman." I was like, "What the fuck does that mean?" But like I looked him up and I like him. Yeah, he's good. But
I feel like it's just hard to tell when.
But
you're
I don't. But I'm not. But here's, sorry. Go ahead.
No. I just like. I think you're about to say what I'm about to ask. Keep going.
But like, I just want to like I don't intentionally fuck with anyone's head. Do you know what I mean?
Interesting.
It's all.
But he's very into like messing with people.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, you do have your clown persona as the same name as your real name.
Exactly.
And then you bleed in and out of it.
I mean, I'm just a larger than life character, but like obviously when I go home and I'm with my fiance, I fucking wind it down.
You put the suit on.
She divorced me and whatever. But like, I can be a boring person as well in quiet in real life.
As with, I feel like with anybody, you're just a person, and you're just like heightening that person humanness in a way.
Exactly, because like the thing about character is so interesting because for me, like there are no characters, it's just an extension of yourself.
Right.
And like what I try to explain to people, like the difference between clown and improv, for example, is like a lot of improv is like, hey, me and I are talking and like we forget about the audience. But with clown, you have to connect with the audience all the fucking time. Just like with stand-up. But like you really have to like listen to the audience and bounce off them, blah, 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 blah.
So when you're teaching clowning, do you often try to help people find like their clowning persona? Is that one of the first things you do is try to help people find what kind of clown they are?
Yeah, well, their own unique stupidity.
Yes.
Because I can give you an example. What's happened to me a couple of times, and I totally get this. I'm not judging anyone. I won't name any names. Comedians have come to my class, right? And, you know, through a bit of prodding and provoking, we have discovered that they are funny in a certain way. And then they're like, because they want to control it, they're like, no, I don't want to be funny like that. Yeah. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, because it's like them looking stupid.
Right.
But they want to be intelligent and control.
Right.
It's like that great quote from my teacher, what's the difference between a stand-up and a clown? A stand-up can control the laugh or believes they can, but a clown has no idea when the laugh is going to fucking come. You know what I mean? And that's kind of like you have to be open to that innocence of like, oh, when are they going to laugh?
I love this so much.
Yeah, I think what you're talking about with like especially the clever comedians, which is like a very popular thing right now. It's like there's a lot of like admiration kind of built into like performing, especially stand-up. And I feel like people go to your class like, oh no, that's like you can be stupid. You know, you don't need the admiration. Just be silly and be yourself, and you can like funny will come from that.
Absolutely, 100%. That's why you should all sign up for
the class. We're plugging hard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wednesdays,
7 p.m. Currently at William Banks' place
apartment
with his 2 cats and his lovely girlfriend Caroline.
It's nice that he lets you use the space and just like
really. I've been doing that a lot. I've been, you know, I also rent studios and all that kind of stuff. But I love teaching in people's homes.
Yeah. Do you
especially when I pay whatever you want right now? It's just like, why am I renting a studio if I'm not asking for any money from anyone?
Yeah. It doesn't make sense.
Generous.
Do you do stand up? Are you stand up? Do you do stand up?
No, not a regular. I people tried to push me in it, but like whenever I did it, I would always end up like people would be like, "What the fuck is going on?" You know
yeah.
Which I get. Like, don't get. I just want to contradict myself. Like, and say one thing. Like, shout out and respect to like comedians who like, you know, are so like write the joke. I have to write the joke and like work really hard at writing well executed jokes. If that's how you roll, like God bless you.
Right.
But what I would say is like, for people who do that is you still need to find a bit of spontaneity. Like you can't just deliver it like a fucking robot every night.
Right.
You know what I mean? Write your amazing, great joke, but like, what if it could be performed in a different way? Because sometimes I would work with comedians on their jokes and be like, yeah, but why don't you do it in a different voice? Or why don't you know what I mean? Like,
or just being aware of the audience, really. Like you're saying, a clown has to be so plugged in with the audience, and sometimes you'll see a comic and they are not that
oblivious.
Way. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're so focused on, again, the admiration that comes from my jokes, and my jokes are so precious. It's like, dude, relax, chill out,
chill, be with us.
Wow, interesting. And you've actually bumped into a bunch of stand-ups who have taken your class. It seems
a lot of stuff. Well, that's the thing. When I first started doing this about 7 years ago, and it was like a word of mouth thing, and like I had no interest in teaching. Yeah, and just like.
Yeah, how did you get into it? People were like, hey, can you like teach
People were like,
people
were like, you're such a great actor, performer, whatever. Like, why don't you fucking teach? And you got this great training. I was like, okay. Yeah. First few classes, I had no idea what the fuck I was doing. But like, it just grew quite quickly. These comedians, more than actors, like comedians started coming. Or like, wow, Ed's teaching this class. And he's really fucking nasty. And it's cool. And he's helping me. But like, results started happening. A lot of people like fucking.
Right. And you're like, oh, I have a thing. This is like a thing that's like people
helping
want.
People.
Right, right.
Because if I was shit at it, I wouldn't be doing it now. You know, I'd be honest and be like, oh, okay, I shouldn't be doing this.
Right. Interesting. Did you ever busked? You ever perform on the streets?
I did. I was really good at that in my hometown.
Really?
I used to do spoken word song lyrics in a Shakespearean accent.
What?
So I would do like, for example, hit me, baby, one more time. Like, you know, doing Britney Spears like it's Shakespeare.
Right.
And people would stop me like, what fucking song is that? And, like, I would like get a lot of money. Yeah. The famous Irish actor Cillian Murphy once watched me for like 30, you know, the guy from Peaky Blinders, watched me for like 40 minutes laughing his fucking ass off. And God bless him.
Cillian Murphy?
He never fucking dropped any money in the hat. I feel like he was afraid that I might take the piss out of him, but I would never do that.
Was this post-Batman or pre-Batman?
I feel like this is pre-Batman.
Okay.
I mean, he was famous.
Yeah, I mean, he still had the money.
Famous. Yeah, he had the money.
He could have still gone to an ATM and dropped a little bit of cash.
Yeah, could have gotten you an agent, you know?
Yeah,
could have
exactly.
put in a word.
He's a fellow Cork man, though, from my hometown. I'm from Cork in Ireland.
Cork. Yes. I didn't know that. But, did you ever do clowning, busking in any way? In your capacity?
Like, yeah, so I did a bit of that, like, and I did a bit of that in Paris, a bit of busking in Paris. Like,
okay.
But I bombed, and it was great.
What was your act at?
Great.
What was your act like?
What was my?
Was it spoken word stuff?
Largely improvised.
A lot of bowling pins. A lot of.
But I would find that I would get
bowling pins.
I would, you know. Here's the thing. Wow, these are great questions because like tips for the audience.
Sure.
How do I reel them in?
Yeah.
How I would reel an audience in is I would recite the alphabet really aggressively.
Ooh, give me an example.
And I would be like, "This is the warm up." Hey!
Yeah, we're peeking. We're peeking out. Yeah, we get the idea. We
get the message. And people were like, "What the fuck are you doing?" The alphabet? Okay, great. And then people would start coming, and I would just every so often drop in. This is just a warm up. I would usually do this like a feminine, queer English voice, almost like I'm a pedophile. But speaking of which,
speaking of pedophiles,
he's not one.
Bill Gates.
But he is probably. But I was in a show. I mean, I'm speaking of the voice that I just did. Just reminded me of something. This is like a pure narcissistic story. I was acting in a play about 10 years ago off Broadway, and it's a very dramatic role. Like I had one arm, I lost it in the Irish Civil War. So my apartment in Queens, I was living in a shithole in Queens. Like the ceiling was caving in, right? And the super, whose name was Mario. This is not a joke. His name was fucking Super Mario. Like, okay, I will be there tonight. I will be there tonight. I promise, Ed, I will be there tonight. I don't know what that accent is, by the way, but who gives a fuck?
Yeah. It's Queen's accent.
Exactly. So I'm coming out at the end of the show. I'm like, okay, I got to go home. There's this like figure, and he's dressed in black, and all the other actors are huddled around him in the lobby. And I'm like, I just kind of glance over and like, oh, okay, whatever, I have to run, like, you know?
Yeah.
This man grabs me, puts his hand on my shoulder, and says like this, really great work, really great work. And I say, I'll reveal who it was in a second. I say, thanks, Chief. My ceiling is caving in. I got to fucking run home. And he laughed his ass off. He loved that I wasn't like sucking his dick like the other actors were. That gentleman was, drum roll,
Gerard Butler.
Oh, that would have been good.
oh, even better, Daniel Day-Lewis. Daniel Day-Lewis liked my acting. So
wow.
But I should have followed up with the content so he could give me a job, and I wouldn't be fucking doing this
Give me
podcast.
some
No
bits?
offense.
No.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
wow. Okay, this podcast is one of the biggest podcasts in the
Exactly,
world.
that
I don't
was
know
a
why.
slight
That was
dig.
crazy.
I was that was a tongue-in-cheek
teacher,
dig. I love-
student. Yeah, I get it. A little back and forth. I get it.
Yeah, I mean, look at me. I'm a retard.
me.
By the way, this
I love when you keep
podcast
saying
is
that.
going to blow up. The equipment is amazing, and Art and Fernando. You guys are really funny, actually. Genuinely.
thank you.
Thank
You're
you, I
really
appreciate it.
sharp.
Yeah,
people.
we actually
There's no
we
lags
spent,
in your conversation.
we spent a lot of time together. So
We spent
know-
too much time together, from being honest.
We worked
Ladies and
together.
gentlemen, Art and Fernando.
Thank you.
Do you do actually comedy bits together, like live?
We were supposed to one time, and then we
Harlan
never
Hardy.
did, or he bailed out.
When,
last
what was
minute.
that?
At Bonkers at.
Oh, right.
There's a venue called Bonkers.
It was
No,
a,
it was a show called
comedy show
Bonkers.
Bonkers.
That's
It's a pretty good name for a
That's
show. I'd
actually
say.
a great name for a show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was the image, the poster was a dog hitting the host in the head. Very clownish, actually.
Very bonking
It
them,
was
yeah.
like bonking
It's
them.
not as good as Jerry Seinfeld presents
Present
found
that.
at Black
We
Cat
we run
LES
a show
on the
together.
Lower East Side.
We do run a show
Say
together,
that
and we
again.
have.
What was that?
Yeah,
Sorry,
don't worry.
sorry.
No, we run
It's
a
a comedy show called Black Cat. It's
Our
a show
turn
at
to
Black,
plug.
a show at Black Cat LES on the Lower East Side called Jerry Seinfeld Presents. It can be found Sunday,
That's a great title.
7:30.
7:30 p.m.
It's also we're on Instagram. So fun.
On
Yeah,
Instagram.
you should come through.
I'd love to
Please
watch.
come through.
Please like
Yeah.
and subscribe our
Early?
Instagram.
Like what time?
7:30 p.m.
So I can.
It's like a little early. It's a
Sundays.
little early in terms of shows.
Yeah, 'cause I
I'd
go to
say.
bed super early, but I'll go.
How early do you go to bed?
I like to go to bed at like 10.
Okay, yeah,
that's-
you'll
I
be
mean,
you'll
yeah.
be out. You'll be home by like 9:30.
Yeah, you can
Cool.
also leave whenever you want. We don't keep
Yeah, we
it.
don't
No,
care.
It's
I'll
also
support you. I'm gonna fucking support you.
It's
it's
a free
also
show.
it's also
I love the
again
support.
it's a
Yeah,
pay
thank
pay
you.
what you like. It's
Yeah, it's
yeah.
paid. Like we
Love
are
it.
all on the same page here in terms
Yeah,
of
yeah.
communism, fascism,
Yeah.
using the R word. I'm not gonna say it, but hey,
Yeah.
more power to you.
But you know, yeah. You just edit that
Art
out of
says it enough. He says it's Phil
I-
off mic. So
off mic.
off mic, Art says the most horrific. thing
Shout
you
out to
ever
Mike
Yeah.
Kramer. Speaking of mics.
Mike Kramer, yeah, he's
Got me on
he's a
this
dude.
podcast.
I asked him to be on this podcast, and he wouldn't do it. He said no. I said okay.
Why-
Jesus
why did he say
Christ.
no?
He said he doesn't like being on podcasts, which I think is fair.
That's totally valid.
But now we're here.
well,
Honestly,
I've got no ego anymore.
Ed Malone better host than Mike, or better guest than Mike Kramer. I'm gonna
Totally.
be
I
honest
mean,
with you.
R
Be
word, C
honest.
word, everything you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you anything you want, baby.
Anyway,
But
let's
I
get
love.
back to.
By the way, I love fucking. Was I telling him how much I love teaching 19-year-olds? Sorry,
Yeah, you
do I
did.
sound like a pedophile?
This is getting rough actually.
well, to be
I love
fair,
whacking off.
19 is legal. So
yeah, he,
less of a pedophile. If you
boys
said
and
14,
girls.
he's specified multiple times how much he likes being around 19-year-olds.
Let me be your Roman Polanski.
yeah.
baby.
You don't like. What's the worst age to teach? Clowning too.
That's a
20,
great
20,
question.
20-year-olds.
Well, actually, you know, I've been really fucking lucky that most people I've thought. Have I had many walkouts? I had one walkout from a French lady.
Tell me.
But yeah, please explain.
It was so funny. Do you guys know the comedian, the genius Alex Payne?
Alex
Ooh,
American.
no.
You gotta
Payne,
look up
no.
Alex Payne. He's a fucking genius.
Alex Payne.
I know
So
the
remember- I'm
director.
referencing him because he was one of the guys who stood up for me. But there was this situation where I felt so sorry for the lady. She kind of like stopped the class halfway through. Don't speak to me like this. You can't. Like, God bless, she's in her 60s, like
Yeah.
whatever. You don't speak to a woman like this. You don't speak to anyone like this. This is not clowning. This is what you're doing.
To you. He said
Yeah, I
she's
was
saying
like,
it to
you
you.
know, she's calling me on the class. I'm like, what are you doing? And then she looked around. Is everybody with me? Like, he can't.
And then
and
everyone's
then
like,
there's
no.
silence. There was
Yeah.
like silence.
No.
Like, Alex and a couple others were like, I think this class is great. I'm getting a lot out of it. So she like, and I felt so sorry for her though.
Yeah.
And actually, because all joking aside, when shit like that goes down, once the game is over, it's like the same with Philippe. Once the game is over and the class ends, like I become the nicest guy in the world, and
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll talk it out with anyone. Like,
You're like,
if,
I'm so sorry. Yeah.
if I feel like, if you feel like I've crossed the line, talk to me, and
Yeah.
we'll be adults about it, and I'll fucking acknowledge it. You know what I
Right.
mean? That's like sincere. So I reached out to her, but you know, some people find it hard to let shit go, and I respect that too. You know?
Yeah, I mean, she was
Yeah.
60. I feel like when
Yeah.
you're an older lady, it's
That's
like,
the point. Because to answer your question, maybe if someone is stuck in their ways, it's hard to
Yeah.
teach them.
Yeah.
Like in anything, right?
I would say,
Right.
do you get a lot of people like that come in with like a certain mindset and then you can't really break through that? And it's
Yeah,
like,
exactly. And I'm the kind of motherfucker. I mean, I've mellowed now because you have to look after yourself too. I
sure.
back in my early days teaching, I would really chisel away and work hard at like,
Mm.
and like I would leave the class drained trying to help someone.
Yeah.
But you can't can't do that. You got to respect yourself as a teacher too. And be like,
Yeah.
oh, this guy doesn't want to play. Fuck him. Like, what can I do?
What kind of people take the class? Like, what are the majority of your students trying to get out of it?
I think it's
NYU Tisch students.
Yeah.
Well, it's majority comics, really.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna say comedians.
Like, and maybe I would say, to be more specific, to answer your question, like comics who are working on character bits.
Because I know a lot of people that take like stand-up comedy classes. There are a lot of people that are trying to get better at like public speaking, and so it's a way to do it in a fun way. So I was wondering if you get anything like that.
I've got a little bit of that, yeah. And those people can be fucking hilarious.
That's what I heard too.
I heard no experience are really funny.
I heard they're the most fun because they're so loose and they don't really want.
They don't want it so much.
They don't want to be like famous off of it. It's just some fun thing they're doing.
The stakes are so low.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly. That's a great attitude in life, to not want something.
Yeah.
Wanting equals lacking.
Okay.
Deep. Shout out to my guru Michelle there.
Wanting
I've got a guru.
equals lacking.
Yeah.
And that makes sense because you want something you don't have. You can't.
Exactly.
Yeah. I took a bunch of improv classes. I was gonna say on this point, I was big into improv. And
what kind of improv?
Just like do you know the Magnet Theater?
I do. Yeah.
Yeah. So I did a lot of like Rick Andrews, Louis Kornfeld. If you know the teachers.
Yeah. How did you find that?
How did I find it?
Yeah,
Reddit.com.
Oh, sorry. I mean, did you enjoy it?
Oh yeah, I love improv. I think improv is really fun. But
did you enjoy the classes?
Yeah, it was great. I think improv is really fun.
He's real bad at it.
I'm so bad.
That's okay.
But I'm okay at it. I'll be honest. I'm okay. I'm alright with it. But to your point, the best people weren't the comedians. The ones who were just there to have fun. And you're just like, fuck that, like sort of lack of filter.
Right? Is that because maybe sometimes like comedians and actors can like act, whereas these people are just themselves?
Yeah.
Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I think it's one of those things where like comedians and performers are focuses on being so good all the time, where somebody else can just let it be and
Ruins
just
it.
accept that they're trying to have fun.
Right, because I have a lot of respect for aspects of improv, but I'm notoriously nasty about improv in my class.
Sure.
Where I can see, oh, you trained in improv, and you're just like doing all this like quirky bullshit. But like, my thing is, you got to show me your fucking balls, your soul. Right?
Yeah.
If you don't want to literally show me your balls, that's okay, folks. But
Right.
you know, you gotta
But figuratively.
show the audience your heart and your soul and your fucking like.
Which I feel like that's the sort of distinction between clowning and like
It's very
any other.
very vulnerable.
Yeah, clowning versus any other performance. It's so like you have to be the most you and like the most quote unquote stupid. I feel like synonymously stupidity often is confused with like authenticity, and people are like your like actual self is like, oh, it's stupid. It's like, no, I'm just trying to be just me, you know.
Right.
Trying to be like
absolutely. That's such a great point.
without any filter.
Total complete
You know?
candor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Complete fucking candor.
Interesting.
That's
So what
how-
advice would you give to someone who wants to be a clown?
Take Ed Malone's clown class if you live in New York City.
Wednesdays at
Wednesdays
7.
Or
Bowling
go
links.
if you don't live in New York, go to fucking Paris because Philippe's still alive. So work
Oh,
with
that's
him.
is he?
He's like 78. He's getting up. I have
wow.
a friend there right now, and she tells me that he's going strong and he's still
Wow.
sharp as a fucking.
Well, apparently comedians live a long time.
Yes.
Yeah, 'cause
and
like,
his
there's a lot
jokes
after.
are
I mean,
amazing. His
sure
insults
they
are
do.
amazing.
Leqoc. So did you like his teaching? Did you
I
like
really
him?
enjoyed it. Maybe when I was like, because I was like 25, 26 when I was there, so like maybe my ego. But I loved the abuse, but there were,
Is he still like that? You think he's like just?
He is.
Okay, that makes sense.
and it's very helpful. But
Yeah.
the biggest compliment I can give the motherfucker is like I appreciate it years later, and that's
Wow.
it stays with you. You know.
Is Philippe still alive?
Philippe Gaulier is still alive.
Still
yeah.
alive? Is he still teaching as well?
He's still teaching. Yeah.
So you recommend anyone who wants to be a clown
go there.
go to the
go
schools?
to him.
Don't go to
Fuck-
Leqoc.
Don't go to Leqoc.
Okay.
Fuck Leqoc. Go
Okay.
to Philippe Gaulier.
Okay. And then if you're in New York City, go to your class.
Yeah, because it's fucking pay whatever you want, and I'll change your motherfucking life.
Lives. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have clown skills? Can you juggle?
I can't juggle for shit. You know?
Can't? Oh,
Well, I
man.
gotta tell you a fun story about how bad I was at quote unquote traditional clowning. I did do one gig with Big Apple Circus where I had to, you know, when they go to hospitals for sick kids.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's what Mike Kramer does.
Yeah,
Right.
which is I fucking really respect that.
Yeah,
all
yeah,
joking.
that's awesome.
I went in one day. This lovely, God bless him, he's probably dead now. Maybe I probably killed him. How bad it was. African American kid. This is like in 2007, 2008. He's
You
like
killed an African American
no.
kid in 2008?
Wow. Am I a cop?
Yeah, I'm so excited for the
Jesus
story.
Christ.
I'm so excited for the story.
No, I mean,
How did you kill
I
this kid?
didn't mean to emphasize the fact that he was African American.
Yeah.
I mean, God bless him. But
By the way,
like,
he's a kid. I'm a pedophile.
yes,
Anyway.
I'm in the Illuminati.
Yeah.
He was like, he said to me, do a fucking, like he asked me to do a rap from a rapper that I had no idea who the fucking rapper was.
Okay.
So I improvised a rap you should have seen his face. Like, this is the worst thing.
He's like, I want to die.
Yeah,
this
yeah,
is
I
bad.
feel like I did like tip him over the edge, but that's what
Tip him over.
You asked me to fucking rap, so that's what you get.
Right.
Yeah.
So you didn't juggle for him.
No, man,
I
that's
was
the thing.
I was worried. I thought you were doing a juggling story.
That's the thing about the clown. The clown has to.
Improvise.
The clown has to, yes, but the clown has to make the audience believe that he or she can do anything even when they can't.
Yeah.
So I should really say to you, yeah, sure, I can juggle and then bomb at it, but like,
Right.
you know what I mean?
So much like improv, you always say yes.
Yeah, you never believe that you can't
Yeah.
do anything.
So there is like is there a quiet confidence to clowning that you would say?
yeah.
Like you don't
But
necessarily.
there's a naivety.
Yeah.
Like, there's a ridiculous
that's a
naivety.
better-
Yeah.
like you're not. There's
Stupidity.
no arrogance to it, but you're like, I have to do this.
Yes, I
Right.
can do it.
Yeah.
Yes. Because all the clown really understands is to laugh, and whatever I can do to make them laugh. And then I
Okay.
follow that laugh, and I repeat the same stupid gag until they stop laughing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like Philippe, when he was a performer in the 70s, he and his clown partners, literally in Paris, all they did for like an hour and a half on stage pretty much was smash fucking plates. And the audience loved it and kept coming back every week.
Is that where like the
Watch-
plates balancing thing comes from?
I think that's a different thing, but these motherfuckers
Okay.
just like smashing plates. People just
Yeah.
love watching people smash plates. It's like retarded.
Yeah, I think people just started like combining clownship with just straight performance. You know what I'm saying? And that's why it's sort of like the birthday conception of a birthday clown, kind of like they want this
Yes.
one man, do it all, jack of all trades kind of situation.
Right.
But like clowning's not that, not necessarily that. It's more
Right.
it's more theatrical.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
Than-
I like that these days I find that it's becoming less of a culty thing. That
Sure.
it's more
Communal?
Yeah.
like I like when comedy, stand up, and improv fucking blend together. Why not?
Oh, it's
You know what
great.
I mean? Like,
Do you like Emo Phillips? You know who
should
that-
I know who that is?
It's a comic. He's
Who's
very
like clownish.
alternative. Yeah.
I gotta look him up. Sorry
That's
for
right.
my
No,
fucking
it's all right.
ignorance.
It's okay.
Oh, you're fine. You're
Is he a
fine.
New York kid?
New York guy. He's pretty
from
old.
Like it's from like the 80s.
Yeah, it's pretty
old.
old.
Oh, shit.
70s, 80s.
Yes,
Right
I
up
do
your
know the
alley,
name.
I feel
Yeah,
like.
yeah.
Emo Phillips.
I haven't looked. I'm gonna. I'm
You look
looking
right
at my
down.
phone right
You can't. No, you should. I feel like you'd like him.
Okay.
In terms of the things. Seems like what
I'll-
you're into.
I'll totally check that motherfucker out.
Hell yeah.
Emo Phillips, like
Phillips?
as in like emo
Yes.
music.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Do you like magicians?
Hey,
That was such a good question. That was such a good question.
in my class, I would often say, "Do a magic trick." Yeah. So,
Okay.
but like a magic trick could be anything. Like, it could be
Yeah.
like the most retarded thing.
Like
Yeah.
like I can make a pencil bend. and
Right,
yeah,
do
right.
that
I
thing.
love bullshit magicians. To
Sure.
answer your
Yeah.
questions.
So yeah, but
Question.
do you like professional magicians? Like stage
Yeah,
magicians?
man. But as long as they're not fucking boring.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah, it's all
Yeah.
about that act. Okay.
Because if
I
you're
see
too
you.
polished,
Right.
you
Ooh.
lose me.
Yeah.
So,
Fuck
so
you
you like
with
something a little loose or something
A little loose, a
little
little
messy?
fun.
Yeah, or at least someone who's like in the moment
Yeah.
with their polished act. You know what I
Right.
mean?
It's
Be
kinda
in
like-
the fucking moment.
Like when people
Interesting,
talk about playing classical
interesting.
piano, they say the beauty is in the imperfections
Yeah,
of someone playing
dude.
a piece.
Yes.
It's
Oh,
not necessarily
absolutely.
the actual landing the piece.
Exactly. With that being said, you don't want to like consciously like try to be imperfect.
Yeah.
Like that's stupid too.
It's like the
Yeah.
same reason that people prefer vinyl over CDs because
Yeah.
vinyl has it picks up subtle imperfections
Quality
that,
things, yeah.
that make each
Absolutely.
one
Characteristics.
yes.
Unique.
100%.
Okay.
Wow. Interesting. Damn, Ed. I feel like we've covered a lot.
We've covered a lot
We've
of
covered
stuff.
a lot. I'm trying to think.
Is there anything that I've forgotten? Let me think.
We can start wrapping up, and we're about to hit the 50-minute mark, which is this is good timing.
It's a good timing. Do I have any closing remarks?
In your mind about clowning?
Yeah, I mean, do you have like any particular clowning gear? I know you said you don't have
Oh,
props or
good-
anything.
great
Do you
question.
like outfits or anything?
Not really, other than I wear just ridiculous clothes all the time. Like I mean,
Sure.
I don't have a specific outfit. That's a good. I mean,
Do you have a wig?
I don't fuck with wigs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why not?
I also think that's fucking stupid.
You're like
You don't-
shattering, I feel like, all of our listeners' perceptions
Of
of
clown.
clowns
Which is
right
good.
now.
Stop
This is-
hiding.
people
Show
need
me your
this.
fucking testicles.
This is very similar to when we had the Ghost
Take
Hunter.
off your clothes.
We had the
Yes.
Ghost Hunter episode, and the Ghost Hunter was like, "I don't
Yeah.
believe in ghosts."
Right.
And I was like, "What?"
We had a professional ghost hunter. Literally, he's investigated. He investigated the Ed Sullivan Theater, which he said was the most haunted place he's ever been. But he's
Well,
like, I
yeah.
don't really believe in ghosts, though.
Wow, a lot of pedophiles entered that.
That
particular
is
venue.
true.
Yeah.
Bill Gates probably did at one
Beatles.
point. The Beatles, yeah.
yeah.
Sorry, I'm
That was a very good Liverpudlian accent.
Yeah, I do a lot of I'm Ringo. Anyway,
See, I love that. See, thank you. Last this is something I should have probably said halfway through the podcast, but like it's
Yeah.
a good point. Like that was beautiful what Art did. I would often say to a student, "Have fun with your voice.
Sure.
Your regular voice is fucking boring. No offense. You know, a lot of comedians will use their regular voice on stage, and
Yeah.
I'm like, and that doesn't mean hey, I want to do a shitty character voice. It
No,
means
no,
like.
no.
as a child when you're doing a funny voice and you just have fun.
Yeah.
It's about getting in touch with that again. Like the 7-year-old kid who, hey, I'm doing a stupid voice, like the Beatles impression that you just did it great.
I think people have a lot more dynamics in their vocals and they realize.
Exactly. Like nobody wants to watch a pharmacist on stage.
I feel like I might actually.
I'm gonna be honest.
You said that.
You said that. I was like, honestly, someone went up in like a white coat and just started like had a bottle of pills.
Talk about pills.
Would that not be entertaining?
Too many good ideas. You have too many good ideas.
I know my ideas here. Wow.
Ed the pharmacist, everybody.
Maybe I'll just dress as a pharmacist.
A pharmacist. Yeah, I can see that.
Hey, did you get your 17th booster?
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
Is this becoming an anti-vaccine pod? Is that what we're doing?
Am I anti-vax? Yo, I got the shots. I got 3 shots.
I would say that makes you
Up the
pro.
ass.
That makes you pro vaccines, in my opinion. If you got all the vaccines, that
But
makes
I like to play devil's advocate.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm both pro and anti everything.
This is Ed Malone's clown character. I can't
Can't
escape it. I'm looking at the camera. I can't escape it. I want to, but I can't. He's here. He's infected all of us.
Non-binary bitch. Jesus Christ.
This has gone off. This is good. I think this is a good place to start wrapping
Well,
up.
guys, thank you so much for joining us on this episode.
We're not done yet. We're not done yet. We got one more question.
This has been a great episode.
We got one more question.
I'm getting married on October 30th.
I feel like this is like an invite. I feel like you keep bringing that up as if you want us to go to your wedding.
I just do the podcast at the wedding.
I will go to your wedding. I like weddings.
Cool. Let me ask the fiance.
Yeah. We'll get a dinner. We'll meet.
Well, we are having comedians perform, so.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Well, you don't.
He did not ask us.
I don't want to be.
We don't.
I'll send in a tape if you want me to. But I'm offer only.
Will submit.
Right? I'm offer only.
Cool.
Anyway, final question.
Yes, please.
Final question. Sort of a palate cleanser.
Oh, beautiful.
This is something we ask all of our guests.
Yes.
Can you please describe your perfect day? We're talking about 24 hours. That's your only constraint. What are you doing? What are you eating? Who you're seeing? What are the activities that you're doing? What's on your mind?
Up in the morning about 5 a.m., go and have a shower and have a nice slow wank.
Cold shower?
Yes, cold shower.
You seem like a cold shower guy. I knew it.
Yeah, better for the nervous system, bitches. That's actually a fact.
A long
you know what I mean by wanking, right? Masturbating.
Yeah.
Just to be clear, because it's the American audience.
Oh, no, yeah.
We're in America. I just became a citizen recently. Sorry.
Nice. Congrats.
Are you happy about that?
I think it's hilarious they let me in because I have a communist past.
Okay.
They didn't do the background checks.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm so curious now. We'll talk.
After I jerk off.
Yeah. You legitimately jerk off.
Yeah, it's a slow
I haven't
wank.
jerked off in about 3 or 4 weeks, but I would do.
On your perfect day, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if I want to fast forward to the end of the night, then I'd make love to my wife. But in between that, after that 2-hour meditation.
Wow. What kind of meditation?
I have a special mantra that I was given that I cannot repeat.
Are you a TM guy?
No, everyone says that. Sorry, I jumped in.
No, that's okay.
No.
You knew I was going to ask that.
A lot of people say that. Let me say one thing about, I don't want to sound critical,
No,
each to his own, but TM, man, TM fucking right now, they ask you for fucking money.
Yeah, it's stupid.
The lineage that I fucking adhere to are like anti all that shit, and
Yeah.
I feel really blessed that I was given the mantra.
What's the lineage?
So have you heard of the book? I'm trying to reference something that will be not well known in the mainstream. One of the guys in the lineage in the 70s, there was a book called I Am That. I am that. Nisargadatta Maharaj. But the disciple of his, Ramakant Maharaj, who died in 2018. I love how I'm doing those spiritual. He's a fucking genius. Ultimate truth. Basically, the whole thing is like all spiritual things, but these people are hardcore. Like, I am nothing. I am not here.
Sure.
Everyone is a fucking illusion.
Interesting.
This conversation isn't actually happening.
It's mantra based kind of thing.
This is a dream.
Interesting.
I
just got into Vipassana meditation, so
good for you.
I'm curious about other meditations.
So I would do a 2-hour meditation, then right
Nice.
after that, like with that mantra, and then I would do like a 6-minute meditation, which is about. I'm really into inherited trauma these days, guys.
Okay, yeah.
Can I demonstrate for 5 seconds? This is a great
Yes,
one.
please.
Sure.
If I recommend this because like a lot of us like don't realize it, like they were acting like family members without realizing it, like that we're inheriting shitty traits. Not to judge anyone, like from family members.
Sure.
Right?
I've seen Hereditary, the movie.
So, right. Well, I haven't seen it actually. I've seen
so
the other
good.
one.
Wow.
Put your left hand on your heart and your right hand on your belly, and if you feel like you're going through something painful or you're acting in a way that you don't want to act or you're reacting in a shitty way, just say this: I've got you now, and I'll breed with you now until you feel safe, seen, held, and heard. There you go.
Wow.
And I actually start crying like a fucking child when that happens. I cry and shake a lot when I meditate, which is great. So then after that, hey, perfect day. go fucking train the 19-year-old kids.
Oh, nice.
So
You want to
maybe
teach?
after class I can go jerk off again.
To the kids, yeah,
yeah,
sure,
I mean,
absolutely.
you know.
And then make love to your wife, who is not 19.
Exactly. Thankfully.
Thankfully, right.
Yes.
You're not actually a pedophile. Which is
I jumped ahead of breakfast. You know, I'm vegan.
Okay.
Celery juice is the first thing out
wow.
in the morning.
I've had celery. Yeah, okay.
It's really good for the skin, yo.
It tastes crisp.
You have really nice skin.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Wild blueberries.
Oh, love.
Obsessed.
I have a thing. I just bought I bought so much blueberries. My girlfriend's like, "Why do you have so many?" I love blueberries. Anyway, keep
You're
going.
gonna love the next bit.
Yeah.
Avocados are great for guilt.
Ooh, guilt.
Spiritually, avocados are great for guilt. So you've got that Irish Catholic guilt. I eat
know.
fucking
Yeah.
avocados a day, yo.
Wow.
I eat a lot of avocados. I feel very guilty. Still.
Yeah.
And
Well,
now
it's
this is where we get
getting
into
more.
the fucking racist stereotype for myself, racist towards
Sure,
myself.
sure.
I'm allowed to do that, right? I'm allowed to be racist to my old people, right?
I won't allow it. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
I love my potatoes.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
What kind of potatoes do you like?
Red potatoes, they're the
Love
best.
it.
And I love a bit of sweet potato too.
Do you like a yam? You like
I
a
do
yam
like
guy?
yams.
Okay. You like
Yeah.
ube? Do you know what ube is?
I don't even know what the fuck
Ah,
that is.
dude,
Is that
it's
some
a purple
Asian?
one.
Is that some Asian shit?
It's some it is some Asian
might be
shit.
racist.
It's some Filipino shit.
Oh, are you Filipino?
I'm not, but I love Filipino food.
actually a
I
white
used
man.
to before I became a vegan whore.
Okay. Do you know taro root? Taro?
Is that like a
It's
restaurant? or-
purple.
No.
No. It's a type of root. It's
And
very taro.
You
is
know
very
so
similar.
little about potatoes. Are
Yeah,
you
dude.
even
I
Irish?
you're educating me here. That's great.
Yeah. So it's a type of sweet. It's kind of like a sweet potato.
Could you text
Yeah.
me all this shit
I would
later?
absolutely love to.
What else is going on? So I'm eating all this healthy shit. Then I go
Yeah.
for a gay walk. I like walking. I love walking. Gay, happy walk. Yes, happy in my nappies.
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, man. What else do I do? I'm really a simple, basic
Yeah,
bitch.
just chilling.
That's a
Make
peaceful
love
day.
to your fiance wife,
Yeah.
and then just call it.
Get a text message from a student saying, "Yo, I've just blown up," which makes me happy.
Yeah. Does that happen often to you?
I mean, like success at different levels.
Yeah.
Sure.
You know.
Was it Chloe Feynman? You said it.
Yeah.
Like there was this beautiful kid from Purchase who he's got 2 shows. He's an actor. His 2 shows coming out on Netflix, and he does genuinely feel like my class
he
helps
might.
him a lot.
Okay,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
helped him a lot. So like that makes me so happy, yo.
Wow.
Um,
And that's your perfect day.
yeah, and then at night make love to my wife or
What are you eating at night for dinner?
probably having potatoes again. I mean, I eat my greens.
Yeah.
You know, broccoli sometimes, but not more. These days more of a cucumber bitch.
Okay.
Ooh, cucumbers are so. I like
Cucumbers
to
are good.
like squeeze lemon on them. A little bit of salt and pepper.
Ooh, that's
Love
so
it.
good.
That's
So
good
good.
I'm
shit.
getting hungry thinking about this. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
Rock hard, and then going to
Rock hard
bed. A little meditation before bed, and then boom,
Yeah.
pass out like a baby.
Amazing perfect
Go
day.
into the dream.
It sounds like a
world.
very peaceful.
Yeah.
perfect
What?
day.
How long do you meditate before you go to bed?
I'd probably give that like 10, 15 minutes. I
Okay,
think it's
not
like
too
on
crazy.
wine.
Yeah. 2 hours is a long time to meditate,
Yeah,
but that's good.
yeah.
Damn.
Because that's the thing. Like people look at me and they're like, "Oh, crazy guy in Malone," but obviously there has to be balance. You know what I
Sure,
mean? Like, else
sure.
I'd be dead. you know?
Sure. Damn.
But how can I die when I was never born to get guru-y about it? Or should we end on that line quote?
Yeah, we should. That's shit, dude. You can't. You want because you lack. That's
Anyways,
so
guys,
dumb.
thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Teach Me Good. I have been Fernando Reese with Ed Malone and my beautiful co-host Art Kai.
What's
Thank
up?
you for having me, yo.
This was
Pleasure.
great. Ed, thank you so much. This was awesome. Guys,
Handshake. See the handshake?
this is
Yeah.
this is lovely. You sign us off.
Oh no, go. You take this away.
No,
Art.
I just want to say thank you. All right. Goodbye. Hey. Wow. Wow. What an ep.
What a fun episode.
What a character. That dude's a character.
That guy, yeah, he was really good.
I'm gonna apologize right up top. Sorry for anyone who's offended by the R word
They're fine.
being thrown around.
Honestly, I think that's one of those words that people like. I think it's starting to have I'm gonna be honest, a resurgence.
Yeah, I know.
It's
Well,
like-
it's weird because I have friends who have like siblings who are like, it's like I'm sensitive to it, you know?
Yeah, but you know, like I feel like it's one of those words that like it's for some reason people are railing against not being able to say it, and
Yeah.
it's become something that I feel like I've been hearing more and more recently.
Yeah.
But that's not what we're talking about
We're
today.
talking about clowning.
We're talking about clowning. We're talking about Ed Malone.
Yeah.
Uh,
You're inspired. I can see it in your eyes. You
I
want
no, I'm gonna be honest. I was real into him. honestly, I was looking at him and I was like, is this what it's like to like want to join a cult?
Yeah.
I was like, I would follow this man.
He did plug pretty hard.
Yeah, I was like, I'll follow this man into war.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking the entire time. I was like, do you want all my belongings?
Yeah.
Do you want everything that I own?
Right.
I will give it to you.
I wonder, he like kept saying how we were funny, and I'm like, this is just a way for him to get us to go to his class.
I was so
You're eating it up.
I was mesmerized, if I'm being honest.
This new age thing. You'd be into that.
Everything about. As soon as he walked in, I was like, oh, this is.
I love how we're talking more about him than the actual topics. I mean, to be fair, we didn't really get too much into clowning. I guess the intricacies of it. But what are the intricacies?
Well, I just feel like I feel like picking up his vibe. I get it. You know, it's just.
I feel like most people who are similar to him are the types who would take a clowning class and just.
I mean, I'm going to take his class. I'm going to go to his class.
I mean, he did take the clowning class with Daniel Simonson, which is another.
Also,
here,
I do want to
cool.
point out what integrity we have for never laughing or making fun of the last name or the name Leqoc. We never once brought that up.
I didn't even think about it.
Yeah, that's insane. The entire time I was like, is he doing a bit or
no? You never heard of Leqoc?
No, I've never, no.
Oh, that's why I didn't. Like I said, I've heard all the jokes already. You know?
Yeah. Okay.
No, I'm being serious.
I mean, no, sure you have heard all the jokes, but that doesn't excuse the fact that is still a name out there.
He's like a famous clown guy,
and all of us. Also, he's a clown guy with the last name Leqoc. Come on,
he probably brings it up in class.
I'm sure he does. And so I was just like, oh, we are such professionals for not saying it.
Are we though? Maybe we should be funnier about it. Nah, it's too hacky.
No, it's I mean, I'm bringing it up now because it's honestly been stewing for the last 50 minutes.
Leqoc in my mouth.
All right, that's why we did not bring it up on the episode.
Because I don't have no good bits about it.
Yeah.
That's why. Anyway, we're both gonna take his class.
Oh yeah, I'm going to be there for sure.
Yeah.
I was pumped as soon as he was talking about. Yeah, I was like, oh my god, I wish I did not have to look at apartments this week because I would happily be there.
Yeah. Life gets in the way of everything, especially clowning. Yeah. You know?
Life comes at you pretty fast sometimes.
Yeah,
you
dude.
Slow down. Look. Take a moment to look
Take
around.
a moment. Yeah. Life comes at you pretty fast.
Yeah, you can miss it.
We've been doing this bit where we're both Ferris Bueller. I don't know. Are we
Me and Art are both Ferris Bueller at all times.
Yeah, we're always. Yeah. We're always Ferris Bueller.
Yeah.
We're always skipping class together at the same time. Anyway, what are we talking about? We're talking about Malone. It was a good talk. I do wish we had more anecdotes about the class, but honestly, I feel like it's what you'd expect, right?
Well, I think we did learn a lot because I think going in, I did think it was going to be more. I mean, you did talk about up top and not being a birthday clown, but I did go in thinking that it would be more clown. Like, it did shatter what I would imagine a clown being. Right. But it sounded just like it sounded more interesting, really.
Yeah,
like,
totally.
I was throwing a fit up top just about like we never do anything that is like the person always has to have their own spin. Right. But I really did like this that like he's like, I'm a clown but for like adults and I do change it. Right. And this is a more fun version of clowning. Right. And it feels more like real in a way. Yes. You know? And the like it seemed like he would be more comfortable, like this kind of clown would be more comfortable going to a darker place, but also like blending it with something that's more silly. Sure. And not necessarily just like living in that darkness for the sake of living in darkness. Like I feel like a lot of comedians do. Yeah. He would just do it because he was like, oh, I'm doing it. And then it's like silly now as well. Right. Yeah. Which is like how life works. I think it's like, it's the sort of like organic, pure silliness with darkness. It's like how I tell you oftentimes I do lay in my bed, stare at the ceiling, and listen to Chasing Cars by Snow Patrol for about 3 hours. Yeah. And then I realize what I'm doing, and I bust out laughing because of how ridiculously dramatic it is. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's just what happened just now, where I was like checking the sound in the bedroom, and then while you were talking, and then you're just talking about how depressed you were, and I was like, this is sort of a bit, but also I feel like he does like deeply sometimes think about these things. Like it's the way how natural you're just talking about how depressed you were. Way to expose my off mic speech. It was good. I was like I was spiraling off for a hot second. Like Art was like, just tell me about your day, and I started spiraling, and then as I'm spiraling in the middle of it, Art cuts me off to be like, okay, we're good. Don't need to do that anymore. It was a little much. Got me a little bummed, to be honest. Bit of a bummer. Yeah. Anyway, good talk. Great guy. Talk. Great. I'm gonna be honest. One of my favorite episodes. Wow. Okay. Yeah. I really, like I said, I would join this man's cult. I would. I'm hesitant to say I would because I don't like cults because they're scary. But he seems like a guy who'd run a fun one, though. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Well, I feel like you don't want to join a cult until you do. And because I feel like everybody's susceptible to cults. You just haven't found the person that rings true.
Right.
That doesn't match the vibrations of your own heart. And I'm gonna be honest.
The
moment I saw Ed Malone, I was like, this is the man.
Yeah, the way he talked about like, it's pay what you will. It's at a dude's apartment in Brooklyn. Like you just like it's like 10-ish people, but it's like growing. You know, my favorite thing to do on a perfect day is like teaching kids, and it's just like. This guy's running a cult. Yeah,
it was everything about him. It's from the way he looked, from the way he carried himself, the way he
meditates for 2 hours a day.
His cadence, everything about him. I was like, this is.
You love him.
Yeah, intoxicating. That's the word.
Yeah, I feel good. I feel good after that talk. To be honest.
Yeah, I mean, no, one of my favorite episodes, one of my favorite guests, and man, that's gonna own everything I own now within a year's time.
Yeah, if you guys don't see Fernando, if he stops doing this pod, you'll know why.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll have to deprogram him. Hey, that'll be a good episode.
that would be a great episode.
Yeah, deprogram.
Yeah. Teach Me Good episode 496. Fernando just left the cult.
Yeah. What's it like?
Well, I love wearing shoes.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah. We missed you, buddy. Hi, my name is Fernando. I'm going to teach Art how to leave a cult. Anyway. Goodbye, I guess.
Goodbye, guys. Thank you.
Goodbye.
We'll catch you on the next one.
See ya.